I can't believe that there's literally nobody out in these streets. Look at this. Ghost town. Literally nobody out because of the stupid coronavirus. It's like ridiculous.
Joe Giudice isn't panicking over the coronavirus and doesn't think you should either. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star gave Instagram followers a peek at his now deserted neighborhood in Italy amid the Prime Minister's orders for all residents to stay home as COVID-19 cases continue spreading throughout the country. According to the BBC, Italy's death toll from the illness increased by nearly 100 people on Monday alone, with the number of confirmed infections jumping 24% since the weekend. After China, it's the nation hit hardest in the world since the outbreak. Despite the extreme measures, Joe had no problem stepping outside, but that doesn't mean he's against common sense precautions. The dad of four advised fans to stay safe, wash their hands, eat healthy, exercise, and avoid handshakes. But he did add that he believes the government-issued lockdown is ridiculous and causing unnecessary pandemonium.
People are so scared. Unbelievable. Gross set of cojones. Jesus. Ridiculous. All right, guess I'm maybe the only one walking around working today.
Joe has been in Italy since last October. Though he lived in the U.S. most of his life, a judge previously ordered him to return to his native country upon leaving prison. Joe served more than 3 years behind bars as part of a federal sentence stemming from his conviction on fraud charges. The coronavirus concerns aren't as drastic in the United States, but cases are on the rise. Criminal defense attorney Allison Treasel joined Tuesday's Access Daily to explain if Americans could face a mandatory quarantine similar to what's happening in Italy.
Are we going to see a time where the government mandates you have to be isolated? We're seeing it in Italy.
By the way, the answer is yes. The government can do this. And this is not to scare people, but is this a medical emergency? And the answer is probably yes. The courts will see this as the government has fairly extensive powers, both federally and locally, to stop the spread of this illness. And they look at, well, what is in the best interest of the community, of society? And that certainly is isolation and quarantine. This isn't the first time that the government has imposed it. The last real wide quarantine was 100 years ago for the Spanish flu. Yeah. But I see this growing, and I think legal challenges. You know, the thing about living in this country is we have so many freedoms. So we will question, well, what do you mean I can't leave my house? But in other countries, literally 50 million people are essentially on lockdown in China. They have stopped public transportation to stop the spread of the illness. And even though we're so used to our freedoms, I could certainly see them being curtailed right now.
Is martial law a possibility?
Well, that's really for wartime, and so I think that's the extreme. But there's already been executive orders, all of our borders, right? So any international travel, state to state, the federal government controls that. And so you can see people, there will be mandatory vaccinations when they arrive. Health checks. Certainly quarantine and isolation is well within the government purview. And so I think we should really expect that.